causing a commotion?
Who's that?
It's Stevie in motion.
Hurry up!
You better make haste, there's no time to waste. It's Stevie in motion. Good morning. Today's gonna be a fun day because we're just doing presentations all day. We got to pick a current event, like some kind of topic that is not one-sided, like it's a gray topic. People don't know whether it's right or wrong, and discuss it. And it was a group project, right? And we chose euthanasia, and so it's been very depressing. Now I had to put this video together, and I was like crying as I was editing it, and then I showed it to my group, and some people in the group cried after they watched it. It was really upsetting because like this husband had ALS, which stops your body from moving, so he chose to be euthanized, and his wife was with him, and it was just really stinky and sad. But then I showed another man with ALS who didn't want to be euthanized. He wanted to just live his life out and suffocate because he thought that was right. So, you know, trying to show both sides of the story. And yeah. And oh yeah, also I'm writing a final today because I missed a final. So that's good. It shouldn't be very hard though. Not too worried. You know how I was complaining to you about how I was so tired and stuff? Well, turns out my little friend here, Craig, didn't even go to sleep last night. That's how busy we are.
So guys, we are here to talk about a current affair that's actually really relevant all over the world. It's euthanasia, and I know this is a topic that's a little bit heated. It might be a little bit awkward for some people, but we wanted to talk about it because it is current in our world right now, and we wanted to shed some light. There's no way that we're taking the pro side or the con side. We just wanted to show you guys euthanasia in its entirety and inform you guys.
Being for or against euthanasia really depends on how strong you think you are. So we're going to do a little survey measuring your pain tolerance from 1 to 10. So basically we're going to run around and punch you all, and
Really?
you can tell us if it hurts or not.
Starting with Brianne.
Just for an accurate measure. Okay.
Didn't hurt at all.
We're not going to hit you.
Oh, okay. When I did my research, I found 4 main points to euthanasia. The first point, people should be allowed to choose. There could not be a more fundamental issue of individual liberty than the right to decide whether to live or die. Point 2, euthanasia can reduce or prevent human suffering, like that man there, suffering very severely. Euthanasia relieves people who are suffering from extreme pain. Point number 3, euthanasia can relieve suffering when someone's quality of life has been very low. Now on the flip side, the gentleman who knew that he had ALS, very, very high quality of life. That's all in your mind, right? That's the debate. Number 4, euthanasia can free up healthcare resources and help someone who is severely ill.
Alright, I'm talking about the cons. First, a pretty strong point against why euthanasia is bad is that legalizing killing undermines the basic laws of human society. That's like the most basic of any law is you're not supposed to kill each other. There was a ton of religious material about people who are religious and feel like euthanasia is wrong for that reason. If euthanasia was legal and common, people would feel social pressure to be euthanized. They wouldn't want to be a burden on the taxpayers. They wouldn't want to be taken to a hospital bed. They would feel bad to have their family have to take care of them. So some people might choose to be euthanized just because they feel like that's the right thing to do. Which, can you imagine having pressure like that on you? It would become quite a slippery slope because at first, well, okay, we only euthanize people who are terminally ill. But then what if it changes to people who are very ill? And then people with mental disorders, and then people who are handicapped, and then people who are just old. Once we start making laws that euthanasia is okay and it gets more and more common, it's possible that these laws will keep snowballing, and where is it going to end? Euthanizing people would undermine care because it's cost effective. In the hospital, they might want to euthanize people or encourage people to euthanize so they can have an empty bed or they can save some money. And also, people under the wrong state of mind, like people who have a mental illness or people who are depressed, would want to be euthanized. If you're not in the right state of mind, how can you make a decision like that? And how can we know if someone is in the right state of mind to make a decision like that? That is all. These people are ridiculous. They chose.
You'll be cursed.
What? They chose to do ghosts as a current event. Paranormal stuff. Look at this.
Impossible and selfish for me to say that there's nothing else that is true. I know that I will never figure it out.
Something on the lens.
It's a communication device for the other side.
It did it the whole session. I was running at this point. It's moving so fast that we can't keep our fingers on the board.
How fast? Suddenly moving.
Did you see that? What the heck was that?
Whoa.
And it just stopped halfway through the shot. Some of us were very cautious. I was the only one in the group that agreed to play Ouija. And while Avery was in the room looking at the surveillance tapes, for 10 seconds in the editing suites, there was the form of a cat, a gray cat, and it walked down the corridor, and the control room where we do our TV controlling, it turned into there. The door's locked. We can't open those doors. And it turned in, and it walked into the door, and it disappeared. We tried to get the files on, but they're H.264 files, and we need the program for that. We were really disappointed because we really wanted to show you guys.
Just live your life.
We didn't get that far.
Should I piss you off and hold it like this?
No, don't go sideways, Taylor. Go back to where you. The next group is. The next group, their current event is YouTube celebrities. You know who they're going to interview, Taylor? Caribbean. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
And me.
That guy.
This guy. This guy.
And me.
Oh, and maybe Carl. I don't know.
Yeah, you might not know it, but I'm actually very popular in the
it's upside down.
Commodities.
It'll be upside
What the
down.
hell's a commodity?
Say hello. Hello. Say hey. I'm busy eating my sandwiches. This is the YouTube celebrity group.
I'm
Kevin,
crushing this
Jenny,
guy's head.
Steven,
No.
Kevin T,
I'm crushing his head.
Cody,
I'm
and
crushing
Mike.
their heads.
And Carl's over there.
Alright guys, we are Team YouTube. We are presenting the current affair of YouTube. Yeah. So we're going to use it through the medium YouTube.
So what are the positive things about YouTube?
YouTube has changed the landscape of pop culture. Pop culture no longer refers to pop stars as people who shape the landscape. People who shape the landscape nowadays are people like you and me, because everyone who can upload a video onto YouTube can have a say in what affects our culture.
Hi, Craig.
Okay, 2 questions. 1, how do you pick our partners for this test? Do you just throw them on
Craig.
an ad or something, or is there a system?
Craig.
No system. Okay. Too busy with
Morning,
other things.
sunshine.
Not much time on it. No, I honestly
Still in
just
class.
Take a felt pen and go name.
Second, what has been like?
I am eaten. I was so hungry I couldn't even wait till dinner time. I'm going to watch Survivor because I missed it last night. And then I'm going to do work. Woo! I'm about to go to bed. I'm just going to be honest with you here right now. I am not feeling good at all. I feel like this. I'm sorry. I shouldn't complain. I know I should be positive, but I'm just feeling really overwhelmed right now. I was actually about to cry before I started this vlog, but I'm not going to cry in front of you because I'm way too tough. But I just, there's just so many projects going on, and I don't have enough time to do it all, and it's really stressing me out. I am doing a lot more than all the other students in my class. Well, maybe except for Craig. But I've got so much extra stuff on top of the already huge workload of stuff, and it really makes me regret thinking that I could take on all this stuff. Whatever, I'm sorry. I gotta stop complaining. It's just I gotta fight through, I gotta break through, and I gotta do this. Okay, good night. Maybe I'll be doing better tomorrow.